Hi, Ball Charter students. I hope this video finds you well and that you're staying safe and practicing social distancing and all those things that we're told to do during this time. I miss you all very much, and I cannot wait to see your smiling faces back in the library. Speaking of the library, this particular book, Payback on Poplar Lane, has been quite popular, and so some of you may not have had the opportunity to read it, and so I thought I would use this time to read it to you. Now, it's a big book, so I'm not going to read it all today, but certainly, within the next several days, we may see how far we can get through it. There are no pictures to show, and I realize I'm doing this on my camera, so everything is backwards anyway. So if I showed you the picture, it'd be backwards. But Payback on Poplar Lane by Margaret Minks. Notice of silent period. Dear Poplar Lane, thank you for supporting my extremely successful business, Star Maps of Poplar Lane. It's been a pleasure of making high-quality maps starring you, the fine citizens of our cul-de-sac. And a cul-de-sac is a street that kind of ends in a circle, so it's not a through street, so it's kind of like a pocket. I've learned so much about your lives, careers, and square footages. As my mentor Tom Reddy once said, part of being great at business is knowing when to move on. So I've decided to sunset Star Maps of Poplar Lane. That means I'm not doing it anymore. Don't worry, this isn't goodbye forever. I'm taking a silent period of 1 week to cook up my next big project. It's a recipe for success. Add the can-do attitude of Peter's Uflate self-service tire pump, the artistic flair of Peter's porch selfie station, and the streetwise sophistication of Uber Peter's textbook transport wagon. Put them all in a business blender, makes one serving of my next smash hit. Fortunately yours, Peter S. Gronkowski, founder, CEO, CFO, and COOO of Peters Presents Incorporated. P.S. You are cordially invited to attend my corporate launch party next Friday at 4 p.m. It's in my garage. I predict there will be a huge announcement about an exciting business opportunity just for you. This is your chance to be a leader. Don't miss out. PPS. Yes, there will be Peter Presents Incorporated cupcakes. PPPS. No, there will not be lemonade. Business tip. Lemonade is for amateurs. Be yourself. Poplar Lane Middle School self-abration self-portrait contest. Instructions. Show us who you really are. Draw a self-portrait below. Prizes. Winner will receive a coupon for 1 mega freezy shake at the Cone Zone. Limit 1 topping. His/her picture on the front page of the Poplar Middle School Daily Chronicle, and membership in Poplar Middle School's Random Act of Artness Club. That's a pretty cool club. Random Act of Artness. I can draw stick figures as my best talent, and I think I would like to be part of that club. Winner will also reveal their self-portrait and address the school board at the next Poplar County School Board meeting. It's your turn. Name, Rachel Chambers. Tell us about yourself. A picture is worth 1,000 words. At least that's what my dad says. Draw your self-portrait here. Well, I don't quite understand this, but her self-portrait is of a turtle. I don't think turtles can draw, so maybe Rachel Chambers is being a little silly about this. But we're going to find out because chapter 1 is all about Rachel. I peeked outside my house to make sure no one was looking. On this cul-de-sac, someone is usually looking. The path to the mailbox was clear, so I tiptoed over. Inside was a smushed construction paper cat sculpture and a thin white envelope with my name on it. I knew what it was. The results of the Poplar Middle School self-portrait contest. Boom, boom, boom! My best friend Clover banged on her bedroom window. She lives just across the street. I got my letter too! I'll call you! Clover yelled. Her voice was crystal clear, even though the window was shut. So she must have been yelling pretty loudly, huh? Dr. Spumoni says Clover has excessive earwax. Unless she gets the wax flushed out once a month, she can't hear herself talk. Dad says Clover and I are best friends because opposites attract. She's obsessed with cats. I like dogs, and my earwax is fine. We're like two peas in a pod, but the pod is kind of warped and uneven. I'm the smaller, quieter the quieter pea in the pod. I hurried inside and answered the phone. Eee! Clover squealed. Let's find out at exactly the same time, okay? 1, 2, I won! She said just as I was unfolding my letter. Disqualified. The word screamed at me in thick red marker right on top of my drawing. This is not a self-portrait, it's a turtle. I didn't. My face felt numb. There was something extra pathetic about being disqualified from a self-portrait contest. I read the directions again. Show us who you really are. Draw a self-portrait below. They never said you couldn't see yourself as a turtle. I'm not the only one who thinks I'm a turtle. At the last parent-teacher conference, Mrs. Francis told Dad I needed to come out of my shell. Why? The world is noisy enough. Maybe more people should stay in their shells. Oh no, Clover said. She sounded horrified, like it never occurred to her that if she won, someone else would lose. Clover always wins. She wins so much that I'm her official victory speechwriter. It's practically a full-time job. It's okay, I said. I like the cat sculpture. Clover makes me a new piece of animal art every week. Most of the time, it's a cat. Thanks. I'm experimenting with glitter, Clover said. She's always experimenting with glitter. Anyway, cupcakes. What cupcakes? I asked. Peter's party. Didn't you get the invitation? I didn't say anything. Oh, Clover said. She stayed quiet for 1 whole second. I bet he meant to. No, it's okay. It's okay, I said. Sometimes I say things are okay without even thinking whether or not it's true. Peter Gronkowski had been my next-door neighbor our entire lives, and he still didn't know I existed. Oh, come on, Peter, be better than that. It's hard for people to remember you when you have a best friend like Clover. Come to the party with me, Clover said. You can be my date. I sighed. Okay. If I didn't go, Dad would probably make me read a book on engaging with my peers. Oh, I have to give a speech for the contest, Clover said. Can you help me? I'm kind of busy, I said. But I guess so. Thanks, Rach, Clover squealed. I held the phone away from my ear. You're the best! Click. Dad says I'm a guy in an old play called Cyrano de Bergerac. Cyrano was a really good writer, but his friend got all the credit because he said Cyrano's words out loud. One time I Googled Cyrano de Bergerac. He had a gigantic nose and was in love with his cousin. Ooh. Does that sound like a compliment to you? The reason I'm kind of busy is a secret. It's such a big secret that not even Clover knows. The only person who knows is not a person. It's my dog, Molly. Mrs. Willenberg's dog's named Molly. My secret is that I'm writing a book called Cyrano's Revenge. In my book, Cyrano is a girl with an average nose. She's tired of only helping other people. She wants to shine on her own. Just because I'm quiet doesn't mean I don't have anything to say. There were 3 signs on Peter Gronkowski's front lawn. One said, "Launch party this way," with an arrow, pointing to his garage. The second was a picture of a rocket with a caption that said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, countdown to success. The third was a drawing of a lemonade pitcher with a red X through it. Remember, lemonade's for amateurs. No lemonade at this party. "What do you think Peter's new business is?" Clover asked as we walked into his garage. An alien-human student exchange program, I guessed. Clover's laugh bounced all over the garage walls. One good thing about having a loud best friend is that she laughs extra hard at your jokes. Making jokes is one of my secret talents. I only make jokes with Clover, Molly, and Dad. Once Clover told Mrs. Francis I was funny, and Mrs. Francis laughed because she thought that was the joke. Peter's garage was already packed with kids from the cul-de-sac. Most were crowded around Peter Presents Incorporated cupcake tower. The frosting logo on each cupcake was starting to melt, so the display was looking a little slimy. A red sign read, "Peter Presents Incorporated Cupcakes, to be eaten only after the huge announcement, and only if you have a green wristband. Best, Peter Gronkowski, founder, CEO, COO, and CFO." "Drool," said Clover. "Peter's mom is a cupcake genius." "Yeah," I said, "but I could see Mrs. Gronkowski, Yeah, I said, but I could see Mr. Gronkowski through the door at the top of the garage stairs. He was wearing a white apron with chocolate stains on it, and Mrs. Gronkowski was at work. Conclusion? Mr. Gronkowski was the cupcake genius." Before I could tell Clover my theory, Ken Spumoni ran over. He was wearing a black t-shirt that said, "Security." "Hey, Clover," Ken said, "don't forget to write your essay." He pointed at a crystal ball with a sign beside it that said, "Peter Presents Incorporated Crystal Ball of Opportunity. 1 essay equals 1 cupcake." "Essay?" Clover asked. She wrinkled her nose. "Like we do for school?" "Not really," Ken said. He looked down at his clipboard. "The topic is, why do you want to work for Peter Gronkowski?" "I don't," said Clover. "Well, do you want a cupcake?" he asked. "Yeah," she replied. And Ken shrugged. "But I'm an artist," said Clover, "not a writer. Not like Rachel." Ken scrunched his eyebrows like he was thinking hard. "Who?" he asked. Then finally he spotted me. "Oh, Puppet. I didn't see you there." I felt like an ant at somebody's romantic picnic. For the record, I never asked to be called Puppet, obviously. But that annoying nickname has stuck like glue since the beginning of the school year. The whole class was forced, to audition for The Wizard of Oz Junior. Being on stage is my living nightmare, but I had no choice. Mr. Hodges, the piano teacher, said it was my turn. He started playing the Cowardly Lion song, "If I Were King of the Forest," which I won't sing for you because Mrs. Lehman has no singing voice. When I opened my mouth to sing, nothing came out. I froze like a block of ice. Clover thought I'd forgotten the words. She started singing to help me out. But my mouth was hanging open, so it looked like I was singing with her voice. Clover got the part of Dorothy. I got girl handing out programs in the lobby. After that, kids started calling me Puppet, if they called me anything at all. I didn't even raise my hand in class anymore. Whenever I did, someone would make a creaky sound, which was supposed to be the sound of puppet strings. Then everyone would laugh. "She's not Puppet," Clover told Ken. "She's Rachel." Clover grabbed a piece of paper and an orange pen. "Fine, I'll do a picture essay." Clover hates my nickname too, but she still talks for me all the time. I must look like a wounded animal when I'm thinking of what to say, so she probably figures she's putting me out of my misery. Sometimes it's nice, but mostly I wish she would just stop. Pop, I mean, here you go, Ken said, handing me a paper and a purple pen. I stared at the blank page. I imagined disqualified stamped over anything I wrote. What if I didn't get disqualified, though? What if I won? That could even be worse because I might have to give a speech. I'd freeze on stage just like I did at my audition. All right, we're going to stop right there. I'm going to read some more tomorrow and more the next couple days. Please stay tuned, and I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will talk to you later.